Alright, so anxiety is all in your head. Anxiety is a very, very real thing, okay? It is obviously very, very real. You're able to overcome this anxiety. You're able to overcome the things that actually go on in your head and be able to push past these. So, for example, I just recently had a weird episode that I literally try to figure it out in my head because I'm like, I don't know why I had this happen to me because I shouldn't be having these kind of anxiety attacks. I've recorded videos in public, I've been in crowds, I've been in concerts, but I ended up going to a school for a relative. It was like a ceremony for one of my relatives, right? I went there and I'm not even joking. I literally had an anxiety attack and I had to sit in the bathroom, okay? Like 22 years old. And like all these like students are in here and everything. I was about to pass out at my table during the ceremony because I could not. I don't know what was wrong with me. It was the weirdest thing. But the thing is, I sat in the bathroom and I waited it out until eventually it was over and I was, for some odd reason, better. Now, the thing is, I think that this anxiety that I was having was due to the fact that I just don't like school. And I think a lot of my trauma and stuff, kind of spawned from school. Sorry, there was a dog chasing a bird. But I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I just hated school and it just wasn't very cool to me and I wasn't very cool to it. And I think that being in an environment full of students and a whole bunch of different people, for some odd reason, I let it get the best of me. And once again, I was all in my head, okay? I think that I could have powered through it a little bit better had I been more mentally prepared for what was to come. I think that even if it meant just like driving through the parking lot a few times or something like that, or just simply I guess you could say, easing into what makes you anxious is going to probably be the best like medicine, because it's really just embracing the fact that, oh, okay, well, I think that this is the reason why I get anxious. It's because I'm looking at the school, I'm looking at the things that that make me feel uncomfortable, right? And then be able to take those things and be able to be like, okay, well, I'm just entering a school. There's going to be a lot of people. I don't really have any reason to be anxious, and likely people that I may know from the past are going to talk to me, and there's a possibility that, I might feel a little bit weird, but that's very, very normal. And if I was able to tell myself this before going in, there'd be a good chance I would have been completely fine. And once again, you might have anxieties as well that are very, very similar to this, where you're kind of getting stuck in your head. And once again, these are just things that we should be able to overcome and be able to work through. And, whenever we give ourselves these excuses, I could have used what was a get out of jail free card, right? Where I use this I should have actually have one. That'd be awesome. But I use it to get out of the situation completely. And that's completely avoiding. Now, yes, I did run to the bathroom and just pretty much hide out in there. That's kind of using one, but I did at least show up. I at least showed up and I at least tried, even though I didn't want to go. All right, I think I have to move my location because there's people playing frisbee golf and I'm currently using the frisbee golf as a tripod, so I need to go. But yeah, to pretty much wrap up this video is that you will have anxieties, you will have problems that you will have to face, and there will be environments that you do not want to be in. There will be things that you cannot control at times. And really, what I think you can do in order to really overcome this kind of stuff is by really walking your brain through the steps and really not avoiding everything, but rather walking through your brain and walking through the steps of what is likely to occur. And, sometimes the most the situations in which you don't want to happen, and just coming to terms with the fact that they could happen, and pretty much allowing your anxiety to not really control you, but you being aware of what could happen that would make you feel anxious, and coming to terms with that so that whenever they do come and they, do arise, that you won't feel anxious, that you expected this, and that you knew that this was going to happen, and yes, there might be unexpected things that would happen, but at the same time, you're able to at least control the feelings that you're having, and you're embracing it. You're at least trying to work through it, and you're at least trying to work through the anxiety that is going on in your head. Because whenever you start avoiding things, it just, honestly, you don't ever grow. The thing is whenever you start avoiding things, that's whenever you really just stop growing. And I think that we have to push ourselves, even if it means to discomfort, in order to really grow as people. Whenever we avoid the things that make us anxious, there's a good chance that we're never going to grow, and we'll constantly be anxious or depressed or just having these negative feelings towards these kind of things because we simply just avoid them. But whenever we embrace them head on and we at least give it an effort, there's a good chance that we actually might move forward. There's a really fat frog over there. I'll have to show you the frog. But if you stay to the end of the video, I'll show you the frog. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at here is that I think that whenever we avoid, we don't grow. But I think that whenever we actually embrace our anxiety and we actually push through it, whether it be social or some kind of internal thing, whenever we push through this, we're able to at least overcome, learn, and try to figure out new things that maybe we can use in the future in order to really allow ourselves to grow as people. Because I think that, this experience that I've recently had, although embarrassing and terrible, and I would hate to live through that again, I've learned from it. I know what to expect. I know what things go through my mind and what I need to embrace myself for, and how I can use that as actually good fuel to get through it next time. And I know it sounds like something so stupid. It's so small, but at the same time, it affects us. And whenever you get into your head, it only gets worse. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and as promised, I'm going to go find this frog for you guys, so let's go on this little treasure hunt. Alright, I'm going to see if the frog wants to do the outro real quick. Alright, sir, do you care to do the outro? Do you care to do the outro? Hello? Hello? Hey? Hello? Alright, so the frog didn't really care to do the outro, but hey, I promised you the frog. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I do hope that you can learn something from this. And once again, this was an experience that I really wanted to share with you and explain to you that I think it's really all in our heads with anxiety, and that as long as you're not avoiding and you're trying to overcome and learn, that you can actually break down your anxiety till eventually you can just step over it and just continue to grow. So as long as you try and give it your all, even if you do fail in the end, you've come out strong, okay? And feel free to also comment any kind of anxieties that you're going through, or maybe something that you did overcome that you're very, very proud of. I would love to hear it in the comments below. And if you did enjoy, be sure to like and subscribe, and check out this next video. This is about motivation, okay? And pretty much how you can't rely on it, because if you relied on it, you wouldn't get anywhere, okay? So check out this next video if you haven't already, and as always, find the fire within you and stay Diablo.